Hello, Jason Rice here at Lotpop. Gonna do another December 21 days of dealerships do's and don'ts. And this one's gonna be, and I've talked about it quite a bit, but there's something that just hit home today that is posted about on Facebook. But you want to make sure you do your virtual lot walk. Make sure every listing is maximized. So what I'm going to go over is, again, something that I preach about, something that we do for our dealerships, and that's touch every car that's listed online. I don't care if you're doing them internally. I don't care if you have a third party, outside party that you're paying a ton of money to do it for you. Make sure your cars are listed properly with all the proper equipment, but even the smallest of details, which are big details like new tires and new brakes and any work that you've done to that car to make it better and why it stands out against the guy down the street. The reason why I bring this up is just today I got an email, and then a dealer forwarded me that same email about how AutoTrader now is doing a great price, good price ranking on your listings for the consumers as they shop. And one of the things I brought up way back when is, what I liked about print, radio, and TV. I think a lot of that advertising department for those companies knew who their consumers were. It was the person paying for that ad. And now, though, it's kind of a little bit more mixed. And the reason why I say that is sites like the AutoTrader, the Car Gurus, Cars.com, these listing sites that are out there, I think what they post out there is good for the consumer, obviously, and that's who they're trying to grab, because without their shoppers shopping on their website, the value of their product is not existent. So they're in a trick bag, because in reality, the dealer is paying the bills for that company to stay alive. But yet when they put things out to benefit the consumer, and makes it harder for the dealership, there's that juggling act that has to happen. And I get both sides. I understand, again, both sides, because these sites need to generate traffic and to keep the traffic, and then to help consumers make sure they're making a better decision. But is that what they're there for? They're there to list the products and let the customer make those decisions themselves. Maybe buy reviews. I mean, you look at Amazon and stuff, they don't rank the products by good to best value. They rank it maybe by reviews or prime and things like that, the activity that a product's getting. So I think, again, I get and understand why AutoTrader's doing this. Their algorithm, not too familiar with, other than I know they use Kelley Blue Book. I've seen some comments that maybe they also weigh in your Viato and other aspects to make it a good to fair, good to great deal. But I just posted an example of where the story isn't going to be all the way right. I went ahead just now or earlier today and did a quick search locally just for an F350. I drive an F350, playing around, seeing what was out there. And they had a chassis cab, regular cab chassis cab, as a great deal. And I can imagine why it's probably a great deal. It's a half a truck, really. There's no bed, there's nothing there. So the price point of that vehicle probably looked really great to the averages out there. And so it's only, and I said in a comment, but only getting half the story. It's half a truck, but it goes to say, even, these algorithms, maybe it's right for a Ford Focus. It's easy for a rental rocket like an Altima, but that's a base model, but it's not, though. Bert, I don't know if you're still on here. I seen your video about Car Story and stuff. And I mean, there's more to the vehicle than just the VIN explosion or the listed features. I mean, as an independent dealer, as a franchise dealer, some dealers do a lot more work on their cars, 170 plus point inspections, new brakes, new tires, things like that. It's a one owner versus multiple owners, or accidents and rental versus a trade, and all these just the minor things that have to be right. And that's what I'm talking about, the do's. You got to make sure, one, do your virtual lot walk. If you go to Twitter, and do hashtag virtual lot walk. I have a ton of photos on there. I do them on Facebook too, hashtag virtual lot walk, just photos that we catch at check engine lights and low tire warnings this time of year because of the cold weather. Tires deflate. dirty cars, do your virtual lot walk. Make sure your cars are standing tall online. If it's got a roof, have it in your comments. And if it's in your comments, make sure you have a photo of it, like backup camera and nav. I see a lot of those missed opportunities in pictures. They put in that it has a backup camera. Don't take a picture of it. And navigation, same thing. But with this new stuff going on with these algorithms and everything, I mean, they might not take a deep dive into your descriptions to help defend your pricing if it's a fair, good, or great deal. But if you can get the customer somewhat interested in your link, get all that information in there, man. You need to sell not just the car, but the dealership. I'd sell the car first and then the dealership. But you got to make sure these listings are right. And even in the back end, I know there's a lot of riff going on with Car Gurus right now and their algorithms. And even in the back end of Car Gurus, you can go in and check certain features off that car has to make it go from a good to great deal. The problem is they don't list those features online. So I mean by that, they have things like navigation, sunroof, one owner. There's little items in there, about 10 or 15 of them, that a dealer could go in and check off and make their car look better. But those features didn't, at least when I looked at it, didn't go post online. So you could say it had a roof. It wouldn't, but the consumer wouldn't, and so check it off, go from good to great, but it didn't affect your listing. Your listing didn't say it had a roof, so you're not lying to the consumer. It just made your car look better, and that was really weird. I thought maybe if they force those things to be on the listing, dealer can't do that then, but there's dealers in there that would check all these boxes to make all their cars look great, even though they weren't. So again, these type of things, I know being on the car business, and they're going to find a way to make their cars look better. And again, I don't advocate lying to customers by checking those boxes, but you need to go into the back end and understand how to maximize those things. I would make sure if it's got a roof and nav, I wouldn't lie and have the listings wrong, but you got to go in there and make sure your cars are standing tall on all these sites. So it's going to be a juggling act right now, I think, for the industry, because I think these vendors have got to figure this out. These algorithms, I think there's openly been admitted that, I mean, these Car Gurus has a problem. I think Auto Trader, again, just based on what I posted about just a truck with a chassis truck, I mean, that information is not accurate. I know it's a unique situation, but it can happen on any particular car. I've seen these cars that are just ripped in half. I mean, some people purposely buy a car that was been in an accident and list them really cheap. And then again, the customer can decide if they want to buy it or not. So they got to make sure that all that stuff is part of these algorithms, and that it doesn't throw off how the dealership is being affected on these listings, because again, the dealers are the ones paying those bills to help keep those companies alive. And again, it's a juggling act for both. They need the traffic and they need to help the people that are shopping on those sites as best as they can. They also need to make sure they understand what the dealers' wants and needs are too, to where both people can win. But with that, do your virtual lot walk. Do what you can control. We can't control what these sites do. You can try to control and decide if you want to spend money with them or not. But maximize your listings. It doesn't matter where they're at. If you just do your own website and SEO, SEM stuff, you got to sell the car and the product and the dealership and your staff. Staff's going to be the other thing. So hope this was helpful. If you like a free inventory review, we can help you with some of these things. Go to lotpop.com. There's a free evaluation form. It'll get you a link to a calendar just to put in the day and time and do a go-to. Give me an email at jrice@lotpop.com, 844-LOTPOP4. Go to YouTube. All these videos go up to YouTube and get listed. I also put them on a podcast, so iTunes or SoundCloud. All those videos are listed there. Again, there's about 150 tips, 120, 30 podcasts. So continue to do the rest of these 21 days of December's dealerships do's and don'ts, Monday through Friday. Thanks for your time.